everybody, and welcome to the Dockery Docket podcast, the podcast where we call out scumbags, whether they are on the left or the right, because that's just the right thing to do. So it seems like violence and also terrorism is rising in this country right now. And honestly, it is something that is very hard to talk about because there is so much information being thrown around right now. And it makes you wonder, what is the truth? Are we actually seeing a rise in violence, or are we more aware of violence because of what happened with the Charlie Kirk shooting? I have seen it on social media and other places that people are calling this month Bloody September, which I absolutely hate because I don't want violence. I don't think anyone wants violence. And honestly, I just wish that someone could come out and make the temperature go down, but it seems like things are just heating up constantly. More people are angry now more than ever, calling people at a memorial service Nazis or white supremacists, for calling people in Donald Trump's government literal Nazis, and making me realize that maybe Donald Trump shouldn't leave the White House. Maybe the whole entire administration needs to be on lockdown because it's just not safe for them right now. Because there seems to be something happening in this country, and that is a rise in leftist terrorism. Now, I understand there is right-wing terrorism as well. I'm not trying to downplay that. I have seen the stats. I understand that there are people on the right who do terrible things. However, do you know what we, the people of the right, do when someone who is right-wing does something wrong and does something stupid and is a scumbag? We call them out. We disavow them. We say this person isn't even a part of us. Do you know what the left does when someone in their group does an act of evil or terrorism? Well, they defend them, or they praise them for their actions. Once again, we saw this with the whole Charlie Kirk situation. People going online saying, well, he was a Nazi, so I guess he deserved it. Oh, he said words, and words are violent, so I guess he deserved it. Well, now we are starting to see the same thing happen as the left has a new target, and that is ICE. As on Wednesday, September 24th, a sniper, just like in Charlie Kirk's shooting, opened fire on the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Field Office, killing one detainee and injuring two others. Now, it is believed by the FBI that this scumbag wanted to actually kill ICE agents, but these two detainees got in the way, which is an absolute tragedy and should have never happened. We also know that this scumbag didn't like ICE because his bullets read anti-ICE on them. And once again, the left came out and sort of downplayed the situation and also defended the shooter. As Brian Krasenstein wrote on Twitter, this is sick. A white man, again, has reportedly opened fire at immigrants at an ICE facility in Dallas, Texas. We certainly have a problem in this country, a disgusting problem. Now, what is interesting about this post and other posts that I've talked about before, I believe in the last episode, but whenever somebody says, well, it's a white male, they instantly think that it is a Republican that did the attack. A lot of people have different opinions. Whether they're white, black, green, red, yellow, people can have different ideas and different thoughts. And his other point is that because this guy, this white guy, shot detainees, it meant that he wasn't going after ICE agents. So instead, because he shot detainees, that means that he was a right-wing radical because Donald Trump wants all these immigrants killed. He doesn't, but, you know, that's what they're gonna say. Then, of course, information was actually released that proved this theory wrong, as the FBI found at the scumbag's house handwritten notes which proved that he wanted to kill and attack ICE agents. And the thing about the shooting was that this scumbag was just shooting randomly into vehicles. He thought a vehicle had all the ICE agents in it, but apparently there were some detainees in there as well. He also shot at an office building, which was also full of different ICE agents as well, but luckily for the ICE agents, his bullets missed. This Brian guy can't simply say, hey, this guy was absolutely evil and he was a terrorist, and I disavow him, whether he's on the left or the right. Instead, he had to make it 100% political, calling him a white male, meaning that he was a Republican. And he is trying to blame the right for something that the left has been promoting and encouraging for years. That is violence against ICE. We saw this in LA with the LA riots, where people were waving Mexican flags and absolutely going crazy, and when ICE came in, they were throwing rocks and bricks at ICE vehicles. 700%. And do you know why this is happening? Because the politicians keep on turning up the temperature by calling ICE the modern day Gestapo. Take a look at this.
This is not Germany. That's the SS and the Gestapo. This is the United States of America. Unmask yourself.
The other things and all the other cuts pay is for a massive increase in the masked secret police that are terrorizing our communities. ICE.
This is despicable. It's un-American. I called ICE the modern day Gestapo a few months ago, and some people thought that was going too far, thought that was too extreme, got angry at me for saying that. Well, come on, like that's literally what's going on.
You have called to abolish ICE. How do we achieve a future that's post-ICE?
Mm-hmm. How do we achieve a future free of terrorism? By abolishing ICE. ICE is a terrorist organization. It needs to be defunded and needs to be abolished.
We're seeing aggressive Gestapo-type tactics in people being approached on the street, in their home, at the clinic, at church, at all kinds of locations. That's why this morning on the House of the Floor, I warned the American people that this is looking like the American Gestapo in the making.
ICE agents without visible IDs, without any official markings on them, with masks, they're acting more like vigilantes than of agents of our government.
Because we don't live in a country, an authoritarian country, where we have secret police who are masked, who are intimidating, who are scaring people. That's the stuff of authoritarian states. That is not the stuff of that's not how the United States operates.
Well, what do you do with a Gestapo? You go after them, you attack them. They're literally Nazis. We have to kill them, we have to destroy them. This is why we have so much violence in this country right now. The media and also politicians just continue to come out and spread lies about different people and different government agencies. And when Donald Trump comes out and says, hey, I want to stop this riot that's going on in Portland because people are getting hurt and people are dying, guess what people do? They call Donald Trump a Nazi. They call him a fascist for trying to promote peace, for trying to stop crime. Why do these politicians care so much about their criminals rather than law-abiding Americans who are hurting because of the crime? Why can't the media and people on social media just call out these people and call them evil, terrible people instead of trying to defend them or defend what they're doing because looting is okay or something like that? Why does it always have to be a left versus right thing? Because there's a possibility that I might have been wrong about this ICE shooter. He might have been on the right. We don't know that. And if he was on the right, that doesn't change my mind about that person. He was an evil, terrible person that should have been condemned by everyone, no matter what his party affiliation was. The question is simple. How do we cool down the temperature in this country? Because right now, I'm getting sick and tired of waking up every single day to another terrorist attack. Then wondering, is this a political attack? Is this just a random attack? Is this just a person that's angry and just shooting up random people for no reason at all? What's going on here? Now, usually all of these different attacks take place very far away from where I live. And usually I can say, oh, it's no big deal, it's in Utah. Oh, it's no big deal, it's in Colorado. But now, terrorism is coming to my doorstep. And because of that, with these different attacks, I don't usually get scared. Then I get a notification on my phone that there's a bomb threat at the place that I work. And the whole entire place is on lockdown because of it, which is strange. Then I get another notification the very next day of an evil scumbag driving into a church, getting out of his car, and shooting innocent people. According to news reports right now, he killed 4 people and injured countless more as he decided to set the church on fire, which is absolutely despicable. As of right now, we aren't even sure how many people have lost their lives because they have to dig through the rubble of the burnt church. So, I get on my phone, I look up this church, and it's literally 15 minutes away from my own church, which is absolutely insane. This picture of this smoke is a picture that I took myself. I have Dockery Docket fans who are firefighters who are working diligently to get the fire out, and I want to thank you very much for your service. And it was all absolutely crazy because I was hoping that this was going to be a small news story because maybe the shooter crashed into the church and then he died, or someone stopped him before he could actually do any terrible damage. Then I see on social media that Donald Trump has commented on the shooting and is talking about how this is an attack on Christianity. And then I look into it and see that the DHS is also looking into it, and I start to wonder, is this a political attack, or is this just someone that got angry at the church and decided to destroy it? Because I can say with most clarity that this was an attack on the Mormon church, as I have read that this scumbag was very much anti-Mormon. As according to a Burton City Council member who just recently met the shooter at a campaign rally before the attack even happened, which is absolutely crazy, he said that the would-be shooter claimed that Mormons were the Antichrist and were evil. Then there are some reports that are saying that this scumbag was a part of the church, and then they kicked him out of the church, so then he attacked the church back because he didn't like them anymore, and he called them the Antichrist. And there are still so many things about this tragedy that we are still waiting for. When it comes to politics, and if this shooter was a Democrat or Republican, I want to say that I really don't care. Because whatever party he is a part of, he is still a scumbag. He's still a terrible person who killed innocent people at a church. And I mean, attacking a church is a low where no one should go at all. And setting a church on fire with little children inside and innocent people inside is wrong, and it's demonic, and it's terrible. We need to start looking at the bigger picture because all of this is bigger than, oh, he was a Republican, oh, he was a Democrat. Violence keeps on rising in this country, and somehow we have to come together. And I think we can all sort of come together by calling out the people that support different attacks like this, just like the ICE attack. People that are supporting it are evil and terrible. No one should be supporting violence at all, whether they're on your side or not. Because people that are defending attacks like this are the ones that are true evil. And if we can join together and attack those people, then I feel like society would be a whole lot better. Because the real evil lies when people start to claim that these different attacks and killings are good or justified. Or because this person is on my side of the aisle, I have to defend them 100%. Or try to say that he was on the other side. No, that has to stop because it's only causing more issues. And I will be honest with you, maybe I was a little bit harsh when it came to the whole Charlie Kirk situation. And maybe this shooting opened up my eyes to the reality of the situation, that evil is everywhere, no matter what side you're on. There are evil Republicans, evil Democrats, evil independents. We need to call it out. We need to destroy evil right now. For now, however, we'll just have to wait and wonder if all of this will end soon. And can these scars ever heal when all is said and done? And with that, I just want to thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Dockery Docket. And until next time, like my mom always says, be good, be kind, be loving, goodbye.